Hi, I'm Darrell from English Gardens. So you've just planted your shrubs. Now let's talk about how to properly water them. One of the most important steps to the watering process is to build a little basin at the base of the plant with soil, just outside the foliage, or what we call the drip line of the plant. This allows the water to pool right over the root system and slowly and gently seep into the root zone of the plant. That thoroughly waters the plant. Once you've created this basin, then it's time to put down a fresh layer of mulch. This helps regulate the soil temperature, it helps conserve moisture, keep it from evaporating, and it helps keep the weeds down. Not only that, it looks really nice too. Once we've put the layer of mulch down, then we can talk about the different ways to water the plants. So there's several different implements you can use to water your plants. This is a long-handled water wand that will allow you to get close to the ground of the plant without having to bend over. There is a trigger type of watering wand with adjustable spray nozzles, so you can select the one that is nice and gentle on the plants. And then there is a soaker hose, which allows you to run it off of a timer, and you don't have to stand there while your plants are getting watered. So when we're watering, we want to make sure that the spray is gentle so it doesn't expose roots and wash any of your soil away. You want to fill up that basin that you made. Usually this takes 30 seconds to a minute. You're sitting here allowing it to fully saturate the ground. Once you've fully watered the first one, you can then go ahead, move on to your next plant and water that one. This allows your first one for the water to settle down into the ground. Once you've watered all of the plants that you just planted one time, go back over and start from the beginning. Give them a second soaking. This really makes sure that they have fully saturated the ground. So for a soaker hose, you want to make sure that you've wrapped completely around the root ball of the plant instead of just on one side of the root system. This will allow the water to drip down slowly over the whole root system. And a lot of times what you want to do is then go ahead and cover your soaker hose with mulch. That doesn't change the way that the water works. It will still water the plants just fine. It just kind of puts it out of sight and helps conserve soil moisture. So we've talked about the different ways to water by hand, but what if you have a sprinkler system that's going to do all the watering for you? This is great for plants, especially for well-established plants, for maintaining them. But for new plants, it requires extra care that your sprinkler system is delivering enough water right at the base of each plant. Since they have not rooted into the surrounding area, the water has to be delivered right to the root ball of the plant. One of the best ways to figure that out is take a dish that will hold water, like a little Tupperware or a little tin can, something shallow, not too big, not too wide. Run your sprinklers for the amount of time that you normally have them set, and then go see how much water is actually fallen into that container. If you just have a very little bit of water, you're probably going to have to increase the time that your sprinklers run on that area for the first year until your plants are well established. So now that you've watered everything, how often do you have to water? Well, it depends upon the temperature and the amount of rainfall that you get. But new plants need water every day or so. If you've got a sandy soil, it's going to be every day. If you have a normal to a clay soil, it might be every 2 days or 3 days. But you need to make sure that the root ball of the plant doesn't dry out. You could have established plants that look fine, but your new plant isn't getting the water because it hasn't rooted into the surrounding area. So always check your new plants every day or so. Pretty soon you'll develop a rhythm on how often you have to water, but you have to water the first full year. Once the temperatures start to get cool in the fall and all the leaves drop off of the trees, you still have to water your new plants about once a week, unless we have over an inch of rain every week. Then you probably don't have to water. But you need to water until the ground freezes the first year. I'm Darrell for English Gardens. Thanks for watching.